Shooting is a diminishing skill, and the longer that you go without practice, the worse you'll get at it. When the weather turns nasty, it's important to get creative with your training so that you don't lose skill in the down season. These tips will help you maintain your skill level and even improve your shooting during the inclement months. Before you begin any indoor practice, it's important to ensure that your firearm is unloaded and that you do not point it at anything you don't want destroyed, including people, pets, and expensive furnishings. Dry drawing is practicing your draw repetitions with an unloaded gun. You can watch my video on drawing your gun by clicking on the link in the description below. Using your concealed carry setup, practice drawing while dressed in normal clothing. Too often we see people come to classes in all the latest tactical gear and run the class dressed like they're part of the 1st Ranger Division instead of a businessman or a soccer mom. If you're going to practice your draw, do it in the clothes you are most likely to be wearing if you need to defend yourself. Use your daily carry holster and magazine carriers. You'll find that your draw time will be slower coming from concealment than a drop leg holster. 10 minutes a day of practicing this way will improve your draw speed and also help ensure that you have a good master grip on your pistol when you draw. After each draw, return your gun to its holster and then reset your clothing so that it's the way you wear it every day. I've already done a video on dry firing, and you can find that by clicking here or in the link in the description. Every successful competition shooter that I know integrates dry firing into their daily routine. Every professional gunfighter uses this valuable tool. If you dry fire frequently, you'll find better trigger control as well as better overall control of your gun. You'll develop a better grip, and you'll also develop a natural point of aim that will help you get on your sights faster. I practice dry drawing and dry firing all year long, not just when the weather's bad. One tool I think every serious person who carries a gun needs is a set of dummy rounds or snap caps. Use these to practice loading your magazine. It will build hand strength and manual dexterity. Speed loaders like this Uplula loader are great for high round count classes, but it's important to build your dexterity so that you can confidently load your magazines on your own. Once you've loaded and unloaded your magazines several times, load them up with a few rounds and practice reloading your pistol both tactically, where you retain the magazine, as well as from slide lock, where you let the empty magazine fall out of the gun and quickly yet smoothly load in a fresh magazine and cycle the slide. The dummy rounds in the magazine will let the slide close without overriding the slide lock with the lever. Malfunction drills or immediate action drills help you ingrain the act of immediately addressing a stoppage of the gun to get it back in action quickly. Look for my other video on immediate action drills by clicking here or in the description below. For most stoppages, you can simply tap the magazine and rack the slide while inverting the gun so the rounds can easily fall free from the chamber. Practice overcoming various stoppages to ensure that you can instinctively clear a jam in a fight should your gun stop working, either from poor grip, bad ammunition, or having the gun grabbed by an assailant as you fire. Set up a variety of jams and practice clearing them and getting the gun back in the fight. There are a lot of very high-quality airsoft pistols on the market. You can find my video on training with airsoft in the description below. I like CO2 or green gas powered pistols better than spring-loaded. Spring-loaded pistols need to be cocked before each shot and don't let you make rapid follow-up shots, finding your sights after each shot. These pistols hurt and they can destroy sensitive electronics like TVs or computer screens. Ask me how I know. So be careful where you point them. I also remove the orange tip on them so that they will fit in my standard carry holsters, so be careful if you take them out of the house. Using airsoft won't replace live fire practice, but it will help you find the sights quickly and make repetitive shots on target while improving your accuracy. In the military, the manual of arms is the steps that you take to use the gun. It includes loading the magazine into the gun, loading a round from the magazine into the chamber, operating any safeties, removing the magazine, and unloading the chamber. One crucial skill I see a lot of concealed carriers unable to accomplish is locking back the slide without a magazine inserted in the gun. An empty magazine will automatically lock back the slide when cycled. Removing that magazine requires you to use the slide lock to lock back the slide. It's imperative to your safety that you learn and master this skill. Many ranges require you to lock back your slide and leave the pistol on the table with an open chamber during ceasefires. Here's the drill. Engage any safeties. Reading your manual will tell you a lot of information about your gun. One of those is the location of any external safeties and how to operate them. Before loading, always engage any external safeties. Load the magazine. Insert a round by pushing it down on the spring-loaded follower in front of the feed lips and slide it back where the lips will hold it in position. Take the next round and push it straight down and then slide it back. If you struggle to slide it back, look for the ridge created by the bullet meeting the case and push the rim of the next case down behind that ridge, but still in front of the feed lips. Once you've put a few dummy rounds in the magazine, load the magazine into the magazine well and give it a little tug to ensure that it's seated and won't come back out. Do this while holding the pistol in a firing grip. We want to do all of our loading and unloading with a shooting grip. Grab the slide with your palm and 4 fingers and draw it back as far as it will go and then let it go. Do not ride the slide back, but instead let your hand come completely off it at the point of maximum extension and allow it to slam shut. This will help ensure that it closes completely and goes into battery. Riding the slide forward can cause the gun to jam. It can also bite you if you get part of your hand into the chamber while cycling the slide. Never do any of this with live ammunition while practicing. Ensure that there's no live ammunition in the area. Keep the gun pointed in a safe direction, bring the gun up and disengage any safeties, and then pull the trigger. Do everything that you would do during dry fire practice, such as using the sights, stance, grip, trigger press, etc. Now it's time to unload the gun. Here's how I do it. First, keeping the gun pointed in a safe direction and holding it in a firing grip, I remove the magazine. The gun's not unloaded, they're still around in the chamber. I tilt the gun down while shifting my grip so that I can press this slide lock toward the top of the gun. At the same time, I reach over the ejection port, cupping my hand. I don't want to lay it flat so it gets pinched. I cup it and I pull the slide back, locking the slide open, capturing that round in my hand, and then I visually inspect the chamber to ensure that it is not loaded. That gun is now unloaded. Practice this manual of arms with any pistol that you plan to carry for self-defense. Every function needs to be second nature to you. One thing that I like to do when the weather's too nasty to get out to the range is spend some time going over every gun I have and identifying any maintenance issues. I also give them a thorough cleaning and lubrication. I field strip them and also take them apart down to every pin and spring. If you're not a gunsmith, I would just field strip them. Look for wear on the parts. Look for cracks, gouges, or other imperfections in the frame, slide, and grips. Look for safeties that don't engage or disengage, or that allow the gun to fire when engaged. Send the gun off for repair if you cannot do the repairs yourself or don't feel comfortable installing replacement parts. Do the same thing to any optics, red dots, lights, lasers, or other on-gun accessories. Change any batteries. Go over your holster, magazine pouches, belts, and any other gear that you use to carry your gun. Inspect them for loose screws, clips, or slides, and repair or replace any damaged parts or the entire holster if needed. And finally, I swap out my carry ammo for fresh ammo. Ammo exposed to temperature changes or moisture like that on your body can degrade the ammo over time. I replace my carry ammo every 6 months to ensure it will perform if and when I need it to. Take the old stuff to the range and fire it off so that you can experience the recoil, noise, and flash of the stuff you carry. It will be different than practice ammo. Using the downtime of the changing seasons in this way will help you maintain your skill. Obviously, you need to adapt this routine to your level of training and experience, but no matter where you find yourself on the training spectrum, you will benefit from training when it's raining.